Hartman just made the point that this is like landmines in the info war, time release, detonating in different parts of the country, different parts of the world. And then as the media comes out from San Francisco to Tyler, Texas, you name it, and demonizes that people are putting up posters, 90+% of people that we've seen in the letters to the editor and in the comments go, well, wait a minute. Even if you're an Obama supporter, everybody was bashing Bush this way. This is the First Amendment. I mean, they hung up posters of George Washington when he was president. They glued him up to walls. I mean, nobody ninnied over that. And making them act like tyrants is the key. Like 3 weeks ago, the media said it's all a hoax. Only lobbyists, paid lobbyists are posing as citizens. Everyone wants health care. And 2 weeks into that, they had to say, okay, we apologize. You are the citizens. You're not AstroTurf. You're not Nazis. You're not devils. You have a right to. And then now the whole thing is falling apart. Though they may use the whole flu freak out to get that rammed through. And we're going to go to your calls coming up in a few minutes after our guest leaves us, flu only. But this is a whole First Amendment issue right now. Going back to the young man who was questioned by police, the media lied that he was arrested. Then they said, okay, he was detained. They're looking at felony charges at the state right now. But that sounds like it's just fear-mongering hype by the media to scare people. Because if the public, with his approval rating dropping the fastest of any president ever, 8 months into office, lower than Bush, lower than Carter, losing a few points a week now, if the public manifests with things with signs on the streets, and that's the best way. Some big protest where you march downtown, the media can ignore that. But lots of people at street corners and flyers and putting them up and talking and doing it legally and lawfully, this can bring them down. Your comments on that, sir?
Yeah, I think the most important thing for us to do is just to promote a culture of liberty, like you say at the end of the Obama deception. Tyranny cannot survive in a society where people demand freedom, and that includes freedom of speech.
Well, I agree with you, my friend. They portray that in the different cities, not just the town you're in, but that in Orlando and other areas that everyone hates it and it's evil and it's scary and even Republicans are angry. Talking to people in your town, just on the street, what percentage are saying this is great, this is wonderful? What percentage are domesticated, castrated slaves?
I'd say all but about a fraction of a percent are okay, and then that other fraction of a percent are the castrated slaves. While I was posting the flyers, I actually had a couple of crazed Obamanoids really get in my face, and one of them started taking pictures of me, saying he was going to turn me in like he was some kind of secret police or something of 1984. I had people, not people, but I had one person, call me, an effing skinhead. I'm sitting there wearing a bathing suit and, flip-flops, and he's calling me a skinhead. But other than that, most people either A, don't care and don't have a problem with it, or, think it's funny.
Well, that's the issue. That's why they want to radicalize all the groups and make it a racial issue. That's why the media advertises and hypes whoever is out there engaging in the really anti-Semitic stuff. Turns out they're feds every time. And that's what I warn all these people out there who get sucked into all this, that you're being sucked into control groups. And that's been proven with Hal Turner and all the rest of it. And the truth is, these Obama people keep beating up black people and calling them the N-word. A bunch of illegal aliens in South Texas were attacking the American flag and calling black officers the N-word. That video's gone viral.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I mean, just crazy. But so that's how they were able to go to your house, was because the Obamanoids took photos of you, took them to the police department like good little Maoist Soviets, and I've seen them all over the news. They're calling for my arrest. They're calling for my death. The Southern Poverty Law Center allowed comments to stay up for months, calling for my execution. These are really sick people.
Yeah, no, they're literally turning on their own species. I mean, they're wanting to deprive, their fellow man of freedom.
Well, again, you're the young man that put up some of the signs, but you said there's a lot of other folks. Is it accelerating after they engage in the hoax saying you've been arrested, or is it now dying down around your town?
Unfortunately, it is dying down, so I do call on any, Central Florida patriots to, keep it up and, get back out and do some more.
But you are seeing the signs up there.
Oh, yeah, they're not going away.
I mean, the power of citizens, period, putting up signs. This is what the Sons of Liberty did. They would put up simple broadsheets with a couple lines of text on it, and this brought the British Empire down in the Americas. And they are so scared to death of this. And so you're now seeing signs that say, don't take the flu shot. What is the image?
It's pretty funny. It's actually a snake, and instead of fangs, it has syringes. That was on the flyer, and it said, do not
Let me guess. So they're using the David Dees illustration
that's
image.
The one. Yeah.
Perfect. We'll post that. I'm sure Dees is happy for us, too. What a great artist, graphic artist. Everything he does gets seen by millions of people. I've seen it with the snake. That's it. But that's not going to be the contest winner. I'm going to have another $1,000. I need Kurt Nimmo to tune in and write up the contest rules by tonight, please. They're going to be $1,000 for whoever comes up with the best poster, with the best image. And Dees can be part of it. He can come up with a new image if he wants, but we're also going to post his as an example that people should initially use. But it just needs to say, don't take the shot, don't take the flu shot, and Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com on the top. So Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com on the top, and then we'll always have a vaccine area there for people to be alerted. We already have that, but we'll make it prominent. So I don't have time to build another site. The point is, we'll have that up there, and then at the bottom, don't take the flu shot or don't take the shot. And we're going to have $1,000 for the best poster. The best poster that is then also publicly displayed in a legal and lawful way, or the most artful way. And so the best poster. But we don't want people to wait. We want people just to go absolutely ape. So will you guys ask Janae Meadows or ask Douglas right now to take the David Dees? You can go to DeesIllustration.com with the two fangs coming out of its mouth and then say, don't take the flu shot. That is genius. Let's get a simple InfoWars Prison Planet variant of that up. And then the contest will be whoever can come up with the best poster and post them. Best posters, so it's not just our posters. We'll send them to contest@Infowars.com and or post them on the web, send them to us. We'll put a link to them, and we will put those up. And again, this is getting everybody. I wanted to demonstrate to everybody the power of people just taking action. I don't know if people realize how serious, I mean, it could be called the poster revolution in the United States, my friend.
Yeah, it could go down in history. You know, like the Boston Tea Party.
I wonder if they'll say we're being racist against snakes if we show a snake with acid fangs.
Yeah, we're anti-reptilian, anti-snake.
They'll probably claim that's racist. But you know what? You've got to ignore their asinine attempts to cold-bloodedly silence your free speech. The people doing this, listen, you've got the floor for the last few minutes. Say whatever you like instead of me just hyperventilating.
Well, I mean, look, I'm just one man, and I just one boy. I just posted these on telephone poles, and I was able to get this story on, literally over a dozen, Central Florida media outlets. I'm just one person. I didn't even imagine it would generate this kind of, buzz. So, I mean, imagine if we all did this. I mean, there's a lot more of us than there are of them, and by them I mean, the tyrants. I mean, if people would just realize that if we all post flyers, they can't stop us. And,
Continue.
I just call on, all people in Central Florida especially to keep it up. And, if you haven't joined We Are Change yet, go to meetup.com/WeAreChangeFlorida. We'll be passing out free DVDs and stuff for the upcoming Tea Party in downtown Orlando.
Yeah, I've been doing my own informal study around the country. I would say half of Ron Paul's support is 9/11 truthers. And I understand at a certain level why he stayed away from it, because the media tried to demonize him with it.
Yeah, I don't hold it against him.
But I did see him in that Las Vegas when the lady asked him, why aren't you covering it? And he looks kind of sad, and he goes, well, because I got a lot of other stuff to focus on. And the code there is, hey, I got to deal with all this other stuff, and I understand that. And, when he's on my show, he'll talk about false flag. He'll talk about Gulf of Tonkin, Ajax, stage provocations. Paul hasn't told me off the side, hey, I'm a 9/11 truther, but he knows about stage provocation. And I think he understands, though, that it might have been a good move in the final equation because of him holding his cards to his vest, because Now look at him. They tried to destroy him in the media. Now he's too big for that to even happen because they can try to manufacture things. They can try to set him up in hotel rooms. They can try to distort what he says, edit what he says. More and more that happens to me, man. I am seeing stuff where they will take hundreds of shows I've done and edit it down to really slickly. You know, they're getting the same file source, going to our archives so it sounds the same and really doing some nasty stuff. And I know they've been trying that on Ron Paul, too, or taking out of context what he said in newsletters. But it didn't work. I mean, it's so exciting what's happening as we gain momentum. So you're calling for folks, even though you're facing hyped up felony charges, do we give into this and become the Soviet Union, or do we intensify it tenfold?